Comrades, I declare in front of all of you here and in front of all the progressive forces of South Africa, Africa and the world, that I will do everything in my power to bring about economic freedom and common prosperity in our lifetime. I commit that when I'm president and head of state of South Africa, I will not be involved in any form of wrongdoing and corruption. I will protect our natural resources and I will grow our economy to create millions of jobs for all our people. I'm not a sellout. I don't have a history of selling out. I've never sold any of my friends or comrades or any of my fellow fighters out. I've always demonstrated loyalty to those who served with me in the trenches. I commit to be loyal to the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa and make sure that the Constitution does not serve only those who are associated with white monopoly capital.
Julius Malema was once seen as the next big thing in South African politics. But as the sudden rise of Jacob Zuma's new party, MKP, shattered his chances of becoming president. The MKP has just welcomed key figures, including young leaders like Floyd Shivambu, Colleen Makhubele, and Bongani Baloyi. Could this powerful blend of youth and experience be the final nail in the coffin for Malema's presidential ambitions? In this video, we will explore how the rise of the MKP is affecting Malema's political future and whether he can recover from this setback. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Inkari. It's time where we explore the latest political shifts in South Africa. I'm Kondus, your host. Today we'll be focusing on the rise of Jacob Zuma's Umkhonto Sizwe Party, or MKP, and how the inclusion of young leaders like Floyd Shivambu, Bongani Baloyi, and Colleen Makhubele is shaking up the political landscape. With this major shift reshaping the future of our country, has Julius Malema's dream of becoming the next president been crushed for good? Let's break it down.
I just established a political party to contest to other parties. And I had very serious reasons why I did so. Firstly, I think it is important to take into account that I am a politician. Not just politicians by loving it or being whatever. I am a politician. I think politics, I plan politics, strategy, tactics, and everything. So it's not a small matter. And I would not have tried it if I knew it was not going to work. I did so because I knew it well, for a variety of reasons, that one day when I write my book, I would tell a full story and what happened, etc. Firstly, I come from the freedom fighting kind of grouping. I fought for my freedom in this country, for freedom of black people. And in the process of all of that, in fact, I could even go back. That if you know, the last battle of black and white ended here at Inkandla. The last one, the Bambata Rebellion, which changed the thinking of how do we fight for our struggle. That's what led to the establishment of politics in South Africa from the black people in particular. And the stories about that war were told here by older people, how ruthless the British were in the camps that were putting people and what they were doing to them. That is where my what you call it, the first things that put me into politics. So getting into politics was not just because I loved politics. It was because of what had happened to a black person in this country that made me to join the struggle at my young age, to fight for the liberation or freedom of black people. It is in my blood, it is in my vein, it is in my marrow. It's not a joke. I'm not doing it because I want to make money. I don't want to do it because I just want to do good. It is a very genuine desire to liberate a black person. And that will take you back to slavery. That I think about what has been done to black people. The most devastating behavior towards them. And therefore, to me, if I go to the struggle, it's not because I love it, it's because I want to change the lives of people. So it is a serious matter.
You're right, MK, I think, is the biggest story of this election. Love him or hate him, Jacob Zuma is a brilliant politician. And once again, with what he has done with MK, he has shown how brilliant he is. In fact, when I watched their rally at Orlando Stadium, on several occasions during that rally, I had goosebumps. Because I thought, those who teach politics have been getting a lot of content from Jacob Zuma and MK and what he has done with MK. For me, what is interesting is this. What he has done is to create a formation to which the struggle heritage, which the ANC was the sole custodian of, has now relocated to. So there is a contest about where the struggle heritage or the revolutionary heritage should reside. Is it the ANC or is it in MK? With what he has done and with what he has been doing with the MK, you see some relocation of aspects of that revolutionary tradition or aspects of that struggle heritage, if not completely, but maybe partially, from the ANC to MK. But he does something else that I think is very important. Something else relocates from the ANC to MK. The military wing of the ANC, Umkhonto, is now sitting outside the ANC.
One of the most significant recent developments in the MKP is Floyd Shivambu's defection from the EFF to Zuma's party. As a key figure in Malema's inner circle, Shivambu's move to MKP is a blow to the EFF, not just in terms of leadership, but also in voter support. Shivambu brings with him a base of loyal followers who believed in his vision for economic freedom. The alliance between Floyd Shivambu, a champion of economic freedom in our lifetime, and Jacob Zuma, who retains strong ties with disillusioned ANC supporters, particularly in rural areas, has solidified a strong base for Zuma's new party. But what does this mean for Julius Malema, who has long positioned himself as the leader of radical economic change?
Which we voluntarily have joined, and for correct reasons. When we were speaking in the other platform, we made a plea for avoiding of mischaracterization of an otherwise correct and revolutionary decision and act to join Umkhonto's party. What President Zuma is doing with Umkhonto's party is what the statement of Umkhonto did in 1961 on the 16th of December, to say that now that the liberation movement has been banned, what other platform do we express ourselves? What other instrument do we use to fight for total liberation? There is absolutely no doubt that the liberation movement is no longer existing in the form that it's supposed to do. It has been captured totally. It is directed from elsewhere. And then this is a platform. And what is unique about Umkhonto Sizwe Party, and it's a purposeful, foundational approach and principle, is to assemble people who can govern society to come and govern society in South Africa. It's not wishful thinking to say that we have got these ideas of what we're going to do. Is to assemble the best of the best. So if you were to check even with the people that have been identified now, the first consignment that is going to the National Assembly, if you go to check their track record objectively and not bled by these nonsense of right-wing media platforms, you will accept that the contributions that Brian Molefe did in the public investment corporations, in Transnet, in Eskom, you will appreciate the contributions that Esiyabonga Gama did and contributed in Transnet, stable organization.
In addition to Shivambu, MKP has also brought in Bongani Baloyi, the former mayor of Midvaal, renowned for his success in municipal governance. His move to MKP highlights the party's commitment to attracting young, capable leaders to bolster Zuma's legacy. Colleen Makubele, the former Speaker of the City of Johannesburg and President of SARA, has also joined MKP, further strengthening its leadership. For years, Malema's economic freedom fighters have captivated South Africa's youth and urban voters, particularly those disillusioned with the ANC. However, with the MKP now drawing in much of the same voter base, those frustrated with the ANC and seeking radical change, Malema is facing a stiff competition. Colleen Makubele, former Speaker of the City of Johannesburg, enhances MKP's appeal to younger urban voters. Alongside Baloyi and Shivambu, she represents a new generation of leadership, blending youthful energy with the experience of MKP's older members. The rise of MKP is now fracturing the radical left in South Africa, making it harder for Malema to consolidate enough support for a presidential run. Zuma's popularity, especially among older rural voters, is drawing away potential EFF supporters, further weakening Malema's influence. But it's not just young leaders that strengthen MKP. The party has also attracted former senior government officials like Brian Molefe, Siyabonga Gama, Lanki Montana, and Tom Moyana, people with experience running key sectors of the South African economy. And let's not forget Mzwane Lemani, a strategic communicator who knows how to frame political narratives in MKP's favor. This powerful blend of young, energetic leaders and seasoned political figures like Zuma has created a new dynamic that challenges Malema's EFF on multiple fronts. Once aligned with the EFF's radical message, many voters now view MKP as a serious alternative capable of delivering on promises of economic transformation. While both leaders advocate for economic change, their method and basis of support differ. Zuma's enduring appeal stems from his legacy as a liberation hero and advocate for marginalized communities, while Malema represents a younger, more radical voice for economic justice. But with MKP's rising influence, will Malema's message be enough to sustain his political ambitions?
We're not going to any corner. We're not going to move like we are defeated.
we are not defeated. We are in a struggle for a generational mission. We are not for now. We are for the future. We will not die now. We survived death now. We survived the money now. We survived all weapons that were directed at the EFF. We emerged victorious. The organization of my grandmother still stands. The organization of all of you still stand, because you, the Grand Forces, said not with our organization. I say to you now, I will never be demoralized by these people. We may not get the votes we want now, but this is an investment for the future. This is an organization that it will take us to a promised land.
So, does Julius Malema stand a chance in a political landscape where Jacob Zuma's MKP is on the rise? MKP has youth, experience, and a growing voter base. His path to the presidency has certainly become more difficult, but he is far from out of the race. Malema still has the backing of the youth and urban voters, but to remain relevant, he will need to adapt quickly, perhaps by reshaping his message or finding new allies in the political arena. Only time will tell if he can overcome this challenge. But one thing is for sure, South African politics just got a lot more interesting.
The economic freedom fighters proved once more who is in charge in this country. When you said to business, it's business as usual, open your shops, I said close. They closed. I'm in charge. I've got you by scrotum. There's nothing you can do, nothing. All of you combined. You can scream anyhow you want. Once more I demonstrated to you black opposition, a white opposition with the ruling party combined. I'm in charge. And I want that to sink. You will tweet every day, you will call press conference every day, you will bring soldiers and police, because the man in charge said shut down South Africa, and it was shut down.
What do you think? Has the MKP crushed Julius Malema's presidential ambitions for good? Or can Malema stage a comeback? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Inkari. It's time for more updates on South Africa's ever-changing political landscape. See you next time, and take care.